Hello, everybody. Good evening. How is everybody doing tonight? Just wanted to bring a new story to you. It's right out of California, not too far from Los Angeles. A couple, they're fairly new parents, they have an infant. They were sitting in their car, and someone came along and shot the car up. The parents, both mom and dad, unfortunately, they were fatally shot. The infant was in the car seat, in the back seat, and he was injured with a bullet fragment. He did get rushed to the hospital, but he's okay and he was released to family. So I want to talk a little bit about what happened, and I would love to hear your thoughts. Okay, so let's get started. There's two articles and they're linked on the Hidden Horror Facebook page if you want to refer to them. The first thing that I'm going to read it is what the Los Angeles Police Department released to the public. It's a statement about the events of what happened on September the 4th. So let's listen to this and try to gain some information from what happened to these two young people and their small baby. It's titled Harbor City Double Homicide. And this may be a reference or a case number. It's NR23670RC. It's dated September 5th, 2023, and it's on the website lapdonline.org. So that's for the Los Angeles Police Department. Okay, Harbor City. The Los Angeles Police Department South Bureau homicide detectives are asking for the public's help in providing information that would lead to the arrest of the suspect or suspects involved in the unaliving of 21-year-old Carlos Loera and 18-year-old Ashley Guzman. So she's 18 years old and he's 21 years old. And they are the parents of the infant that's sitting in the picture behind me. That's their parents. Both of them, unfortunately, were fatally shot in this incident. So the child will be growing up from a very young, tender age without both his parents, his mom and his dad. On September 1st, 2023, around 6:30 p.m., Harbor area patrol officers responded to an ambulance shooting radio call in the 1000 block of West 253rd Street. When the officers arrived to the area of the call, they saw a male victim, later identified as Carlos Loera, and a female victim, later identified as Ashley Guzman, both suffering from gunshot wounds. So Ashley was in the driver's seat. Carlos was in the front passenger seat. The baby, he was in his car seat in the back seat. So that's how they were situated in the car. And this is about 6:30 p.m. So it should still be sunny outside. They were in a neighborhood, parked and sitting in their car, and someone came along and did this to them, or more than one person. The Los Angeles City Fire Department paramedics responded and pronounced Carlos deceased at the scene. Ashley was transported to a local hospital where she later died from her injuries. During the preliminary investigation, it was determined the 1-year-old boy of Loera and Guzman was also struck by gunfire while seated in a child safety seat in the back of the vehicle. The child was also transported to a local hospital for medical treatment and released to family members. So we're just very thankful that he did not suffer major injuries. Um, I'm not sure if the gunman knew that the baby was also in the car. I don't know if they saw that car seat. However, shooting into a vehicle is just very dangerous. And bullets don't have anybody's name on them, right? So anybody can be injured. An intended victim and possibly someone that's not involved in the incident or is not intended to be harmed. The Department of Children and Family Services Multi-Agency Response Team, also called MART, responded to the hospital. MART personnel oversaw and approved the release of the child to family members. So um, the baby was given, reunited to family members that is known to him. So that's really good that he's not in the system and he can get the care and attention and love that he deserves. Anyone with additional information is urged to call South Bureau Homicide Division, Southeast Squad, and then certain detectives. So if you want to put in a tip, if you find out any information, if you want to cooperate with the investigation, you can contact the sources that's on that page. Okay. So we're going to have one more article, of course. We like to get stories from more than one viewpoint. Okay, so let's go. Go here. And this is from the NBC Los Angeles.com news outlet. The name of the article is Couple Fatally Shot in Car While Baby Was in the Back Seat. It was published on September 5th and then it was updated September 6th. The search continues for the person who unalived a couple as they sat in their parked car Monday night in Harbor City with their infant in the back seat. And that's really scary because a lot of us, if we have children, we're going all kind of places. We're taking our kids. It takes time to buckle in an infant into their car seat, and someone can quickly come along and just open fire on you. So this is really, really scary. I'm sure the police are considering the suspect or suspects highly dangerous. Just very, very sad. And they're so young, right? A family member identified the couple as 18-year-old Ashley Guzman and 21-year-old Carlos Loera. Whoever did this is just a senseless act. How can you do that to a family? It's just not fair, one neighbor said. The neighbor said she knew Carlos, describing him as a person with a heart of gold. She said she witnessed the aftermath of the shooting. According to the Los Angeles Police Department, the couple were sitting in the car outside of Carlos's home on 253rd Street with their 1-year-old baby boy in the back seat. At around 6:30 p.m., someone started shooting into their car, leaving several bullet holes through the window of the driver's side and even the back of the baby's car seat. So just hearing that detail, it makes me wonder if Carlos was the target, even though when someone is sitting in the front seat, if there are shots going towards the front street, pointed at the front seat through the window that could possibly hit either the driver or the passenger. But by them being on the driver's side, it makes me wonder if that was intentional and Carlos was the target. But they also say that there were shots in the back seat, so I'm not sure. The baby was taken to the hospital to be evaluated and is doing okay. It was not clear if the shooter or shooters knew the couple. This baby is an angel in disguise, and God knows why he was left, the neighbor said. Whoever did this, karma will get you. Their eyes everywhere, and just know that this is just not right. No arrests have been made yet, and anyone with information about the shooting is asked to contact LAPD. What would be great if people that live in this area, it's on 253rd. Um, I don't have the other cross street, but if you're familiar with this area and you have a camera system, or if you have a business with the camera system, or if you're just aware of what cameras are in your neighborhood, you should definitely try to obtain that footage and turn it over to the police. Review the footage. Maybe there's something on there. Maybe there's people walking down the street or driving in a car or riding a bike. It's daylight time. It's approximately 6:30 p.m. We know that one or more people have a weapon. They were able to get away quickly because they were not caught at the scene. And right now, there's no eyewitness description. So they may have been in a vehicle, on a bike, or possibly even walking. So if you have any details, any information that you can provide to law enforcement to help them out to get a description out there for the assailant or assailants, that would probably help to bring justice to this case for these two victims. And this little baby, he's going to grow up without both his mom and his dad. That's going to be fairly challenging to start off life at 1 years old, not having memories, not having moments with your parents, having to be raised, hopefully, preferably by loving family members that can try to keep their memories intact and going for these years. But it's going to be very challenging for this young baby to grow up without both his parents. It's very, very sad. It's unfortunate. It seems like it's unnecessary, possibly random, or maybe even gang related. I don't know. I'm just considering the facts. Daytime, a weapon quickly in and out, um, just seemingly no reason for either person to be harmed at 18 and 21 with an infant with them. It's just extremely horrific and sad that this happened. Um, I want to play one last thing. It's just going over what happened in the case. This is by eastbaytimes.com, and it's just discussing what happened on September 4th. So I'll play that now.
California couple fatally shot in parked car with infant in back seat. A couple was killed and their 1-year-old child barely escaped serious injury when gunfire struck them as they sat in their car in Los Angeles Harbor City neighborhood late on Monday, September 4th. Carlos Loera, 21, and Ashley Guzman, 18, died after someone opened fire on their parked car around 6:30 p.m., said Captain Keith Green of LAPD's South Bureau Homicide Unit. Loera was in the driver's seat and Guzman was in the passenger seat, Green said. Loera died at the scene from his injuries. Guzman was taken to a hospital, where she also died. Their child was in a car seat in the back of the vehicle. The baby was struck by what investigators believe was a small bullet fragment. The fragment did not pierce the baby's skin, Green said. The child was very fortunate, he said. The infant was taken to a hospital to be evaluated and has since been released to family, Green said. It's unclear who targeted the couple. Investigators did not know yet whether there were multiple shooters or just one. But detectives believe whoever fired at the vehicle approached on foot. Green said a vigil for the couple was being held Tuesday night. Your challenge, if you choose to accept it, is this. Let's go. Show up on day one.
Okay, I just wanted you guys to hear that also because it gave a few additional details that were not in the other two articles. So let's just work on trying to stay vigilant, stay aware. And unfortunately, in this case, I'm not sure how much more could have been done. Um, if someone has you as their target, if you have any fear, if you're being threatened, you could go to the police, you could file a police report, you could try to get a personal protection order. I'm not sure if there had been threats made to either of the two victims, but possibly they have been made. I'm not aware of that, but I'm just thinking in terms of prevention, if there's anything you can do, maybe moving from this area. If you have someone that is taking some violent action towards you, changing your number, possibly moving, just relocating and maybe in a different area, especially in high crime areas. Sometimes it's just opportunity. You may not even be targeted. It's just opportunity, or if it's gang related, this could have been part of maybe a gang initiation. Maybe it could even be something like just selecting the wrong person. You looking to be familiar to them, like a mistaken identity. That's common too, where it just does not seem likely that this has happened to someone. There has been some mistaken identity cases as well. So, unfortunately, both parents are deceased now. The child just being very young at 1 year old, having to grow up without his parents. That is just going to be very challenging for him and the people that are raising him. So we want to send all the blessings and good positive wishes for this young child and the family that's going to be supporting him and raising him over these next years. We just want to wish him the best, him success, and hopefully the police will receive some support from the community to try to get some descriptions out there so they can figure out who did this. So I just implore everybody in this community to try to see if there's any type of video surveillance. Maybe there's someone on this block or down the street or owns a business that would have seen somebody coming and going. They're saying that if they're on foot, this will be close to the house then. So let's look for that. And in the meantime, send love and prayers to the family. I'm just really saddened by this story. It's just so unfortunate at 1 year old, losing both parents. So let's keep the family in our prayers and just try to remain vigilant. If you're ever going through something, there are places where you can get help. You can start with the police. That is a starting point. In this particular case, I'm not sure if that would have helped if they were targeted. Sometimes relocating, moving if possible, ending friendships, creating a different environment, setting boundaries with people, being more private. Sometimes this could be a situation of jealousy or envy. Sometimes people don't want you to escape a certain neighborhood or how things are. So um, them being both very young with a small child, it could just be numerous things. So I don't want to do too much guessing, but I do want to highlight this story because it's unfortunate and it seems to be something um, that is personal, um, that possibly is targeted. It appears that maybe Carlos was the target from just the details from the news. So it's sad that, two people lost their lives. Many people lost their lives, but especially both parents. So let's just keep the family uplifted in prayer. Um, I just want to thank you for checking out this video. I hope that you check out some of my other videos, and let's just take a moment to remember them. Um, so let's do that now. Let's remember Ashley and Carlos. Have a moment of silence for them. Okay, thank you. We're wishing the best for this young boy. We're sending love and prayers to their families, and hopefully we can start rooting out this violence in our community. So again, thank you for watching this video. I hope to see you in another video. You can check out some of my other videos. Okay, have a good night, everybody. Bye, friends. Bye, everybody. Take care. Good night.